Good afternoon, everyone. First Alert StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams. First alerting you to a gorgeous afternoon expected for this Sunday and how the nice weather will continue over the next few days. So, again, let me show you my face. Thanks for joining us. First Alert StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams here with your Valley News Now afternoon forecast for this Sunday, August 24th, 2025. It is currently 4:06 p.m. according to the computer time here. So yeah, gorgeous afternoon. We've seen temperatures in the 60s across the region with a mostly sunny sky. I mean, you could have seen with the weather cam. Let me just pull up the weather cam again so you can actually see what I mean. Again, you can see that beautiful sunshine out there, just some puffy cumulus clouds out in the area. And you couldn't have asked for a better end of the weekend, especially since temperatures, again, are in the 60s. So it feels like autumn out there. Definitely a good day to grab a cup of coffee, maybe some donuts, and enjoy the nice weather out there. So let's get started on our weather forecast. So here's what's going on. Here's our first alert headlines to sum up what I'm going to be talking about this afternoon. Just as we're looking at a very fall-like start to the week, as temperatures will be below average tomorrow with highs in the upper 60s to low 70s and a mostly sunny sky. And it's not until Tuesday that we end up warming back up into the upper 70s, back to where we should be at. And then we'll be back in the 70s, maybe even seeing a couple of low 80s by midweek. And then at the same time, we'll be dealing with a long stretch of dry weather up until next weekend, when a couple models suggest that we may see some rain chances rolling on through. So let's get started on what's going on. Here's the atmospheric setup taking place. This was the low pressure system that brought some severe weather our way, since Thursday. It's now to the east of us. And more importantly, because the low is centered far away from our region, we don't have that pressure gradient anymore. So we're not dealing with strong winds that we saw, this past Friday. In other words, very quiet forecast as a result, especially with this high pressure system moving on top of the northern plains. We're going to be staying dry well into tomorrow, and then heading into next week, we'll still be dealing with some high pressure just kind of sitting on top of us. At the same time, we have this jet stream pattern taking place. So remember when I showed you where that low was and how it's in eastern Canada? At the same time, there's a trough in eastern Canada while a ridge is building out west. And as a result, we're in the middle of this trough ridge regime, which is why we're seeing those fall-like temperatures in place. And here's what I mean. Again, you got those 60s across North Dakota and Minnesota versus the 70s in South Dakota and in those 80s in the Rockies. Some of that heat, however, may expand eastward. And here's the look at a first alert forecast to show you what I mean. During the evening and overnight hours, skies are looking clear. Those winds that we've been seeing today, they're a little on the breezy side, generally gusting in about 20 to 30 miles per hour. The winds will die down during the overnight hours. And by Monday morning, we're looking at morning lows in the 40s with a mostly sunny sky. Mostly sunny skies during the afternoon hours, except for some scattered clouds in the northern areas. During the evening hours, though, we will see a few sprinkles moving into northwest Minnesota as a weak disturbance moves into northwest Minnesota, but very little moisture is expected with those sprinkles and isolated showers, I suppose. Again, mostly sprinkles, though, because we'll have a layer of dry air just kind of sitting on top of us. So, again, very little moisture attached. And as a result, Monday evening is still looking good in northwest Minnesota if you have any plans for Monday evening, is what I'm trying to get at. And then overnight into Tuesday morning, any leftover cloud cover from that disturbance will break up, leading to a partly to mostly sunny sky by Tuesday morning with morning lows in the low 50s. What about precipitation chances? Well, after tomorrow and Tuesday morning, it won't be until the end of the week that we even see an isolated rain chance settling into the region. So we have several days of sunshine and dry weather expected. And again, it won't be until the last weekend of August that we even see some activity. Here's what I mean on our first look forecast here. Basically, we're staying dry through midweek. Now, this model wants to suggest that a weak cold front may bring a couple of sprinkles into the international border on Wednesday evening. But even if we do see some sprinkles Wednesday evening, very little moisture is expected with those sprinkles. So I think Wednesday evening and overnight staying dry for the most part. Then Thursday is looking dry. Friday afternoon, also looking dry, just some cloud cover in the area. But as we head into Saturday night, into Sunday night, and Monday, that's when we'll see another low pressure system moving into a region, giving us those rain chances in the process. But this is several days out, though, so the forecast may change regarding exactly how widespread the shower activity will be. Remember, this is just a model, and this model is trying to show weather systems several days out, and so therefore what it shows tonight may differ from the next few nights. The point is, though, we're looking very quiet throughout this work week, and it won't be until the upcoming weekend that we even see some rain chances, is what I'm trying to get at here. What about temperatures? Well, tomorrow morning lows will be in the low 40s across most areas. Looking at that 44 in Valley City and Devils Lake versus 42 in Fargo, 41 in Grand Forks and Roseau. A couple models want to suggest temperatures getting cool enough to form some patchy frost out of the international border, but I think the risk is low for the most part, simply because temperatures will still be a bit too warm for that patchy frost to form. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. And by tomorrow afternoon, we'll be in the upper 60s to low 70s once again. So fantastic start to the work week, especially with that partly to mostly sunny sky. Again, looking at that temperature is 69 in Detroit Lakes and Fergus Falls versus 71 in Wahpeton and Valley City and 71 in Devils Lake. What happens after tomorrow? Well, heat from out west will expand into our region. Remember that trough ridge setup that I was showing you earlier? Well, the ridge out west was leading to those temperatures in the 70s and 80s out in the Rockies, and some of that heat will start expanding into a region. So by Tuesday, we're back in the 70s completely, and by Wednesday, we're in the upper 70s, maybe even seeing a couple low 80s in the Red River Valley, and a lot more 80s out in North Dakota and South Dakota too. Upper 70s to low 80s in the Northern Plains on Thursday, and then by Friday afternoon, still staying within those upper 70s. So basically, we'll be seeing more seasonable temperatures after tomorrow. After tomorrow, we're looking to be around average as we head into the last few days of August. Or put into exact numbers, Fargo will go from 70 tomorrow to 78 on Tuesday, and then 80 on Wednesday and Thursday before dropping back into the mid-70s by Friday. In Grand Forks, similar situation. We'll go from 74 tomorrow to 81 on Wednesday, and then upper 70s by Thursday and Friday. So let's recap everything. Currently, as of Sunday afternoon, we're under an atmospheric setup that's allowing for cool air to just kind of sit on top of a region, leading to those 60s across a region. And we'll still be in the upper 60s to low 70s tomorrow. It won't be until the middle of the week that the heat out west expands into our region, putting us back into those upper 70s, back to where we should be at for late August. And then it won't be until the upcoming weekend that rain chances even make a return. So thanks for joining me right here. I appreciate you all taking the time out of your day to watch this Valley News Now afternoon forecast. Now, I'll be on live at Valley News Live at 9 and 10, so be sure to tune in to watch me for Valley News Live at 9 and 10, and I'll also be giving some periodic updates on the Valley News Live First Alert Weather app. So make sure to download the VNN First Alert Weather app if you have not, or at the bare minimum, as always, make sure those notifications are turned on just in case we have an important update to give you. Well, in the meantime, have a fantastic Sunday. Enjoy the fall-like weather this Sunday and for this coming Monday too. Sit out on the front porch, grab a cup of coffee, maybe read the morning newspaper or scroll through your phone, whatever you like to do on a gorgeous Monday or Sunday. Anyways, have a good day, everybody.